Mr. Jindal, now my question is that how do you ensure, or how does the organization ensure that the talent assessment exercises are valid, they are robust, and they truly reflect a candidate's potential? And the second part to it is that are exercises industry specific or industry agnostic?
We'll have to take a step back, rewind a bit. It starts with what the organization, maybe the chief executive or maybe HR, I don't know. Normally, I would urge the chief executive to be involved and to actually be the champion of an intervention such as this. Question is for them, are they designing the ideal candidate, designing for the ideal candidate? In which case, in your definitions of the competencies, you will, squeeze in this, that, and the other thing. And while a competency definition should ideally be not more than 3 lines or 4 lines, it will become a whole page because the candidate should demonstrate this and this and this and this and everything else. So that is the starting point. The robustness and the reality of the definition of the competency. Because if that competency definition is not understandable by the participant or the assessor, as the case may be, or the designer of this exercises and tools, then you're going to have an amorphous sort of situation. So your definition of the competency would necessarily be company specific. It can be agnostic, it can be off the shelf, because you can change the verbiage and you can change the terminology and you can change the focus, but the actual definition will remain the same. For example, if you say action orientation, what does it mean? It means the orientation towards bringing in energy, towards taking action, not remaining at the strategic and spoken level, but that you can take it to the next level of detailing the action plan and attaching metrics, attaching accountabilities to see to it that whatever you want to do is actually delivered. That is action orientation. So yes, the definition of the competency, give or take a little over a band. It is not 0 to 100 band. It would be 90 to 110 sort of band, where each organization would define the content of their definition slightly different. For example, a promoter-driven company, depending on what stage of evolution it is in, would perhaps focus on implementation. It is not your job to think. I will do the thinking, you do the implementation, right? Whereas a so-called multinational progressive company, which is thinking of divesting authority downwards, would then obviously expect its senior managers to think and contribute. So the focus will be different, but the actual definition will be the same. So yes, you can have agnostic competency definitions off the shelf, saves time, provided you're clear about what you're using. Or you can then customize your definitions to suit your own organization. That's one part of it. Are all exercises agnostic or are they company specific? If the exercise is well crafted, then it can be agnostic. Because at the end of the day, if you're looking for analysis and decision making, it doesn't matter whether you're looking at an exercise which comes out of international cricket or whether it comes out of coal mining in the eastern India or whether it comes out of perfumery in France. It really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the behavior and the attitude towards analysis and decision making will be the same. And if you have the skill, you will be able to sift through the data, analyze the data, and come to a reasonable, robust decision. But then, and I'm going to be, well, let me not say it, it would be politically incorrect. But then organizations do want to create exercises which are specific to their own domains because very often the participants will turn around and say, ये तो हमारी company का नहीं है, हमारी industry का नहीं है. So if it's a pharmaceutical company and you give them an automobile sort of case study, they'll say we don't know automobiles, and therefore we failed, which is spurious, which is not robust logic. But then in the interest of not having to answer difficult questions, it is better to have trade specific or domain specific exercises. More difficult to craft, but it can be done.
Thank you so much. And this thing that you said about when the definitions are not clear, it is very difficult for the assessors also to align to each other's thought process.